Well, hey guys, I think I have another project for you. So this area, I've been actually wanting to kind of finish this off for at least 3 years now, but because I haven't had any time to do so, it's been kind of lagging. To be honest, I have a lot of these unfinished projects that I'm eager to finish, but I simply just don't have any time. So this project is kind of missing some parts, and at the same time I need to fix some parts. The to-do list is pretty simple. First things first, I always wanted to cap off this wall. I wanted this side to be closed because I have a couple of windows sitting in the barn being completely useless there. I was thinking, let's try to fit a couple of windows here as well. So the second thing is this concrete basin here. It's kind of glitching all over the place, this area here. The problem is that the water will constantly just come down from that hill and enter this area very easily. So I need to divert the water that way. If the water goes down the hill to my neighbor's plot, then that would be the best solution. Anyway, when the water flows on this bed, it kind of stayed here. And when it was winter, it froze up during the nighttime, then melted away during the daytime, froze up again nighttime. And this cycle repeated for like 3 years or so. And the end result, well, bunch of damaged concrete. I mean, for example, water never reached this concrete, and this is completely fine, so there's no cracks even here. So my plan to fix this is get a new concrete surface going here, also make a slight concrete bump and try to divert the water that way. Because I'm gonna bore a new bed on that side. I'm also gonna raise this side up as well, just because I want the thing to be equally balanced. I think it would look weird if that side is higher than that side. And maybe I will also rebore or resurface this center side as well. I mean, driving up and down here with the excavator has done some damage to the thing. I mean, excavator tracks on concrete are really never a good idea. So yeah. Anyway, the third and final thing that I wanna sort out in this video is this brick wall. So this building has always had 2 chimneys, but we demolished both of them during the renovation process, and I cleaned up those bricks and reused them in a bunch of different places. So all these bricks here that you see are reused chimney bricks. It's really good that some of these bricks have pure tar coming out of them. Like, check this one for example. It's leaking, whatever it is, it's leaking. So these are like, yeah, chimney bricks. Top quality stuff. But then again, these are kind of indoor bricks and they don't really like being outside that much. So this wall has been here for about 4 or 5 years now, and overall the bricks are doing pretty good. I mean, only a couple of them have failed. For example, this one, that, another one is here. So yeah, this is what happens to bricks that are not meant for outside conditions. So I made 2 of these posts, not out of reused bricks, but modern bricks. You know, the bricks that they produce in this century. And check these ones out. Wow. Completely falling apart. So these are indoor bricks as well, that's why they are failing here like they are. But these have been here for only 2 years, while these, at least a century old bricks, have been here twice as long and doing a lot better. Even for my log sauna, I did use reused bricks to do the bottom part. For this brick wall though, I did apply a special brick varnish. And so far, there is not a single damaged brick on this wall. So I guess the varnish did a really good job. So because I think this brick wall looks just awesome, I want to make sure that it stays here for a while. So obviously I'm gonna apply the same brick varnish here as well. But at the same time, I want to cover the top surface, just to make sure there is no direct contact with rainwater. I'm not really sure what material to use to cover this top surface. I was thinking maybe these roofing tiles should do the trick, but maybe it will not look nice, so I guess we'll see when I get that far. But yeah, those are my goals for this video. Hopefully we'll get everything done by time. In 5 days, please. Yeah, let's get this project on the road. First things first, I need to remove the beamer. This thing belongs to my cousin and it's been sitting here, well, ever since I built this roof on here. So about 4 years now. Now it's nicely here, in desperate need of some love, which I will not be doing because I will be focusing on this project instead. Got my best friend here and bunch of his little cousins from China. So before I actually decide how to proceed here, I want to make sure that I can actually fit those windows here. 2.2 meters, 1.25. That may be a problem. What was it, like 125? But the window is like 122. It's kind of weird. I never get this lucky. So basically I can use 2 of those windows here. Which is great because the barn is packed with so much crap and I really need to make some room there. Need to remove these 2 diagonal supports though. I mean, the diagonal support is thicker than the main post. I mean, what the hell, was I high? Why did I do it this way? So weird. I'm a huge fan of heavy duty lumber constructions, and this one definitely takes the cake. So this cross cut is probably 100 by 350. If I go to the local sawmill and ask for these dimensions, then they're gonna laugh my ass off. I mean, the local lumber yards don't even supply this thick lumber. This is, by the way, all homemade lumber. But there's always a hidden screw somewhere. Whatever. All I need is my Screw Destroyer 6000. Total propeller mode. Holy moly. Holy moly. That's pretty cool. I mean, the same deal with this one as well. It kind of twists that way from that end, and as it comes down to this end, it turns the opposite direction. There's no rot or anything. I guess these tar papers really do work nicely. Soviet window transporter. Huh, this is probably not a good idea. The best idea I've had in weeks. that actually worked out quite well. You know, thinking this up as I go along is the best part of the job. I really hate when stuff are nicely laid out for you. Do this, then do that, take that, put that there, etc, etc. Making stuff up as you go along is so much funner. Or is that just for me? I don't know. Chill, bro. Wait a minute. This side goes outside. What am I doing? Better not drop this boy. Probably not the best idea. What? Oh, so it doesn't fit now. Because I added that 2x4 down there. What a mild shock. That's all I need. Where is my impact driver? Come on! Next time think ahead, buddy. How is this supposed to work? Okay, that works. Okay, well, first window installed. Anyway, let's do the same stuff to the other side now. not possible. Somebody's junk is treasure for me. Somebody's junk. Treasure for me. Okay, that kind of sounded weird. Let's just ignore that part. Okay, well, Windows installed. Only took me like 6 hours. Yeah, what are you gonna do? So next order of business is the outside siding. Don't have much workroom here. Not gonna be pleasant, but we'll manage somehow. So imagine if you have heavy rain with some heavy winds. Rain will hit the window, go down, and then it will come to the concrete. If this thing was not here, it would seep between this lumber. Now, immediately nothing would happen, but in about 20 to 30 years, the bottom side of the window frame or the lumber will eventually rot out. This will prolong the lifespan of this stuff. I'm kinda running out of this stuff though. The last piece, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough. Wait a minute. Wow. Getting kinda dark. But I got the outside finished, so that's nice. I will return back here in the end of this video when I will be doing the final oil finishing. Sadly, some plants were harmed during the making of this film. Can't win them all. There is always some sacrifice required. For the greater good, I mean. Let's also check it out during the daytime. Yeah, I think this looks better. Definitely better. Kind of massive forest of flowers in the way though. This smells so good. Spruce, resin smell. I'm gonna use my homemade lumber here. I'm hoping to put some alder boards here because the ceiling is mostly made out of live edge alder as well. But for the wall, I'm gonna send it through a planer. So alder looks pretty cool, I think. Kinda reddish tone after you got it. Sending this thing through a planer makes it even look cooler. Plus, by putting them this way, I could use up all the unnecessary offcuts I got from the cabin. Doesn't that just look lovely? Not really sure which way to put it though. I mean, this could work, but kind of boring. Probably a better option. I don't know. I mean, not the best looking. I think the bottom and top should be a straight line. Well, the top looks definitely better, but the bottom is even weirder than before. I'm gonna add something down there later. So I actually had my doubts, but I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, I think it looks pretty okay. Maybe. So next up, let's deal with this brick wall. So my goal here is to kinda protect it from rain. Well, actually rain is not that big of a deal, but I don't want any water on this thing when the nighttime temperatures drop below freezing. That will cause these bricks to eventually break down, so if I can build some kind of protective roof surface on top of this brick wall, then I think that will overall extend the lifespan of this brick wall. I'm gonna try to use these concrete roof tiles. So sadly the tile is not long enough to cover it like this. Also it would look kind of weird. So I was thinking I'm gonna make some kind of framing and then put 2 layers of tile here. I mean, one pointing this way, another pointing that way. Right now that's my plan of attack, and if I can figure out anything better for this spot, then that's what we'll do here. It's so good that when I order stuff, I usually order stuff more than I need. Eventually, I always use that stuff that is left over. Not sure if that works for everyone though. Problem. Apparently I didn't order enough. Wait a minute, I'm gonna go check the barn, maybe I have some there. I only had 1 more. So I need to get some more. 1, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Need roughly 7 more. Just in case though, I'm gonna get like 1100, just to be sure. Okay, well, I placed the order, so while the transport people do their thing, we can continue the work. The weather is so tricky. During the morning times, it's like winter. During the, well, dinner time, it's like summer. So this solution also makes sure that whatever moisture that comes from the concrete to the wood is minimalized, and also having these gaps here will ensure that the wood nicely dries out. Think I need a washer there. Let's try a thicker screw. There we go. So for a moment there I was thinking I'm gonna use the brick ledge or corner to be the second support for the dial. Well, on this side I think it's fine, but the other side the dial will be just sitting on the ground, which is probably not that great of an idea. So I'm gonna do a second support somewhere here. gonna get some rain, I think. The rain beat me like freaking 10 minutes. Some flowers are getting crushed right now. Don't tell the flower people. Don't wanna tighten these things up. They should be mildly loose. Once I finish the roof, it just stops raining. And we got sun mode again. Weatherman, what a joke you are. Just trying to piss me off. You just keep pushing me, bro. This thing actually came out better than I anticipated. You know, I was thinking I'm gonna have problems with that turn, but look how smooth the turn goes. So each of these tiles have a little bit of playroom. I think it's around 4 or 3 millimeters. So addition to the flat surfaces, you can also do bows in the roof areas. But anyway, let's add some more stuff to it. I think I can make it look better. Huh. Okay, that will do. Kinda out of styles. The transport people are still en route, so I can't quite finish this part right now. Need to revisit this later. Let's continue this video in the meantime. Next up is these concrete floor surfaces. So my plan is that I wanna raise this surface up. Not much, I'm thinking like maybe 50 millimeters should do fine. First things first, need to clear all this area up now. Because you guys know me by now. I really like making mess of things. And then cleaning up afterwards. Those are my two favorite parts of any build. Making a mess and cleaning up. Everything else is crap. So water never reached this bad, and I don't have a single crack or loose concrete here, unlike that one. So I'm pretty sure the freezing water is the culprit for breaking up that bad. I'm gonna try to do it a bit better this time. I mean, I was thinking about buying that PU float, or whatever you wanna call that thing. The thing with the long handbar that is used to smooth out the concrete. And I only found two places that sold that float thing. And in both those places, it was priced around 300 euros. So that's 300 American unicorns. And I don't know about you guys, but I really don't want to pay 300 bucks for a piece of aluminium or stainless steel. A while ago though, I did get that 3-meter long level. I'm gonna try to smooth it out with that. And this pad is less than 3 meters, I think. Oh crap. Whatever. I'm gonna try to figure something out. Okay, I think that's about it. So got the formwork boxes finished for the floor area. I made the center form board a bit higher than the sides. So it's not gonna be like a level floor, it's gonna be a very slight grade to that end and from there to that end. This will ensure that no water will actually stay here or accumulate on this floor if there is a small grade. I also wanna dig out this front area just slightly. I wanna do a concrete pump here that is even higher than the floor will be. About this high, I think this should be fine. The concrete pump will start from this post and extend all the way out to the brick wall. Why did I buy an excavator? Definitely faster than with a shovel. I think I would have stayed here for like 2 weeks if I would have went the shovel method. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna plow through this part. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah. Basically I'm gonna clear out the ditch, do some formwork, fill it mostly with rock, then finish filling this floor with fresh concrete. I don't think I will need any rebar here. There is rebar beneath this concrete, so I don't think putting extra rebar here will really achieve anything. The only thing I believe that should be done is to pre-water this concrete or moist it up slightly, because I think if you add fresh concrete on dry concrete, that dry concrete underneath is gonna suck up all the moisture or water from the fresh concrete, and then the mix will not be very good. That's my theory at least. But anyway, let's kind of plow through this part and then we can continue the video. This is like the first job in the universe. I don't ever want to be a concrete worker full time. That's like nightmare fuel every day. I guess it wouldn't be that bad if I had the right tools. I got nothing. A little bit more. And here I was thinking, this is gonna take no time at all. Been almost the entire day. So how about that? My last 2 bags of cement. I think it's finished. Oh boy, that was hard. One thing's for sure, I severely underestimated how much cement I'm gonna need and how much time it's gonna take. For some reason I was like 2 hours and done. Took me a whole day, but it's finished now, so yeah. So by far the hardest part of this project or video is now complete, but I'm not done yet. I still have some things to do. Anyway, next up would be to kind of smooth out this fall. For car, I think it's not a big deal, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get stuck on this ledge if I try to drive the lawn tractor over it. Oh, by the way, this loader here, it kind of broke on this project. Right now the thing is completely unmovable. Kind of interesting that the thing broke right after I pretty much finished using it for this video. I mean, the only thing that I was unable to get out of here was this rock. This rock was the last thing that I wanted to get out of here, but it kind of broke trying to wrestle this thing. And yeah, I lost some amounts of fluids. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. So I was cleaning up and realized I forgot something. It probably would have been really awkward if I forgot it and discovered it the next day. Don't really have anywhere to put it though. Yet I don't want this thing to go to waste. I think as ideas go, this is a pretty good one. Better than a pile of random rocks, definitely. Oh, that's not good. Always feels great to walk on new concrete. So I did the mix a bit more cementy. So I'm hoping it will be also stronger. You know, I love screws. They're expensive, yes, but you can just reuse them. No problem. Well, this guy just ruined this scene. Only one screw was broken and that managed to ruin the scene for me. Like I said, I love reusing screws. They're expensive, but you can easily reuse them. I need some mixy mix now. remove one rock, two shall take its place. What is this? Concrete made by Hydra. It's going pretty well so far. Got the extra floor finished on 3 baths. Finished the concrete pump. Also installed a couple of windows and got this brick wall covered up nicely. And now I got this brick wall covered up nicely. Check it out, guys. I didn't even need to cut the final dial. So it's kind of crazy that this fits here just like it's supposed to. Somebody's definitely looking after me. It's really good to have a win sometimes. Anyway, kinda getting there, but not quite yet. So this video will now continue. Next up would be to do some type of landscaping work here. I need to alter the terrain a bit. This concrete pump will help to prevent water overflow to the shop and on the parking. But it's not like a guaranteed fix. Because the bed is still sitting lower than that area. And all the water that rains downhill will just accumulate behind the bed and eventually overflow the bed. So I need to remove a bunch of material from here, probably backfill that area slightly to make it a bit more higher, and then hopefully this should fix the issue. But before I do that, I wanna try to make this concrete looking nicer. You know, I'm not really a fan of these lines, so I'm gonna try to grind it down. This is not going to be fun. You know, initially I didn't even plan to do this. I mean, grind the floor. I was like, I'm gonna park cars here. Who the hell cares how it looks under the cars? I think from now on I'm gonna grind every concrete floor that I will ever make. Because this looks miles better than this. With the grinder I managed to remove all of those bumps as well. Yeah, everything is flat and nice. Okay, well, enough of useless talk. Let's continue this project. Start up the hoe. Hopefully that thing doesn't break on me. I mean, Andrew told us that Japanese hoes don't really break. I mean, Yanmar hoes don't really break, so I'm hoping he's right on this. I'm like seriously pissed off right now. Those lens covers, sometimes I feel like some intensive stare at the thing immediately breaks it. And the thing is not cheap as well. I think like 20 bucks for one set. Wow, what a piece of crap. Start from somewhere here, remove some of this dirt, and then later take some dirt from there and pile it here. You know, all of a sudden I thought, hey, let's check the final drive fluid. I have not checked this, I don't know, 2 years, and I don't really know. It's kind of on a slope right now. Maybe it's okay, or maybe I'm just a dumbass and I should check this more often. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the dumbass option. That makes a lot more sense. It seems pretty dry. We got some black crap coming out of it now, so I guess that's good. Black crap probably is not that good, but it's better than no crap. I mean, any crap is better than no crap, right? Yeah, I should check this more often. I don't know why I always forget about this thing, because these things are not cheap. Check the other side. if I remember it correctly, then one side was leaking, but one side was okay. So this is definitely the okay side. Not sure about the blackness though. Pretty sure that's not normal. Or is it? When I got the machine, they were both empty. I refilled them with fresh fluid, but the fluid always turns black. Not sure what's going on there, but the thing works. I mean, there are no combustion going on inside the final drive. It's just a bunch of gears and metal. So why would the oil turn black? I'm kind of lost on that. Alright, well, this should do the trick. Instead of turning that way, it should try to turn that way. These rocks though, really starting to piss me off by now. There are just so many of them and they're absolutely everywhere. Because like 1/3 of the soil is made of rocks. I mean, I can't even do couple of passes before hitting a rock. Now normally I would be like, okay, well, this project is pretty much finished now. Got all the goals I set for this project nicely checked. Installed the 2 windows here. Then I did both the walls inside and outside. Finished the brick protector 6000. Got a new layer on this concrete, as well this concrete pump, and finally the Durian work. But anyway, now all that is really left to do would be the oiling part. But guys, I think I should activate my ants in the pants mode. Just to clarify what that means is that I'm gonna do stuff that I initially did not plan to do. for the project. So before I oil everything, I'm gonna try to improve this situation here. Let's try to jam back everything in one video, and hopefully you guys are okay with that. So basically in ants in the pants mode, I'm not gonna explain anything. I'm just gonna plow through everything. Hey, that kind of rhymes. I should write poetry. What? What am I missing here? Literally nothing holding it in place. Don't even care. These types of drill bits are really amazing. If you're thinking about buying good quality, fast drilling drill bits, then don't buy crap like this. Instead, buy crap like this. I've had a set of these Bosch drill bits for at least 6 or 7 years, and they work wonderfully well. Maybe one more. That's one hell of a crooked board. Well, rather put it here than throw it in my fireplace. Check it out, guys. Thor FedExed me a hammer. The puniest hammer you can find. put this thing straight to work. Come on, Clouds. Why are you in my way? I wanna see some fighter jets. Stupid ass Clouds. Last freaking wall. You know, I should have ended this project about 3 days ago. But my stupid brain was like, okay bro, that looks pretty cool. Let's also add this here. And I was like, no, I don't have time for this crap. I wanna get back to the cabin. And then somehow I just started doing this. But anyway, let's kind of plow on here. At this time, I'm kinda sick of this project. Oh boy. Let's go switch on the power. Let's check out some lights. This works. And this works, okay. Oh yeah, this one as well. Not half bad, I would say. Kinda dark on this location though. I think I'm just gonna buy an extra light here. Connecting it up is not really an issue. Actually guys, looks pretty damn good now. A lot better than before, I'm pretty sure. You know, I was kinda thinking I'm gonna overdo this because like I said at first, I only planned to do that wall. I had no idea that my brain also wanted to do these walls. And it kind of just sort of happened. Took me 3 days, but sort of happened still. But anyway, let's kind of wrap it up for the day. I mean, it's pretty much like midnight by now. This is 7 p.m. right here. Completely normal. You know, I'm alone here right now. And every now and then there are these weird sounds, like somebody's walking behind me. I'm pretty sure, or jumping around. I'm pretty sure it's the cat or cats. I don't personally have any cats, but apparently we have many here. So yeah, kinda sketchy. And now there's light. Anyway guys, I think this project came out pretty well. So let's do a little quick recap what happened here. At the start, I did this wall and added those 2 windows. Then I tried to protect the brick wall from rain and snow by building this short little roof on it. I think it looks really cool going in a crook like that. After which, oh yeah, I did the concrete floor. Almost forgot about that. So I laid about this much of concrete on the old concrete and then also grinded it down. Beyond that, I did the rain water diversion fix on this location where I altered the terrain to that way a bit. And then my brain kinda kicked in the ants in the pants mode. And I also decided to do the rest of the walls as well. So yeah. You know the best part about the ants in the pants mode? I got to use the last window that I had. I really hate when stuff are just laying around and being useless. At least here it has a purpose. And finally I did the oil finish, added some light upgrades and also some varnish on the brick wall. I really like how the brick wall now looks. It's like it has this wet feeling to it now. I think this varnish will help to preserve these bricks. It kind of made a protective surface on the bricks. I'm a huge fan of this brick wall, especially the darker ones that have tar oozing out of them. Yeah, it looks pretty good, I think. Also added these rollers here. I'm a really huge fan of rollers. I don't know why, they just kind of seem convenient. Same for the air hose and the water hose. Really convenient. Overall, I'm pretty happy how this upgrade for the carport came out. I think it looks great now. The windows add a lot of character. My favorite part of this build most likely is the cover on that brick wall or the varnish on the brick wall. Pretty much immediately I'm gonna start working on the thing there, Bobcat. But as of this time I don't really know when this video will be out. It kind of depends on the situation, how badly this thing is broken. For example, if the dry motor is busted, then I most likely will not be able to fix it this year. And that's because I really can't afford to fix it right now. I mean, the dry motor is like 1600 plus tax, so about 2 grand. Probably order it, but then that would mean I would need to put my other projects on the side. So yeah, whenever this video gets released, hopefully this thing is fixed by that time, if that makes any sense. Oh, the dead mouse. At least the neighbor's cats are doing something useful, other than crapping all over the place. But yeah, bye. I reckon I got some treasure down here. This thing is packed. Food for the fishes. I'm not much of a fisherman, so whatever. Oh look, some cat crap. Who didn't see that coming? Yeah.